Welcome. By now, you probably know that you will need to use MES to access the provider portal, but the steps to get set up and access this portal to perform your daily functions may not yet be clear. Let's help define this process so you know what to expect. This entire process includes 3 key steps. First, you'll need to enroll as a Virginia Medicaid provider if you are not already enrolled, or if you need to add a service location. Next, you'll need to access the MES provider portal. Then you'll need to set up all delegates who will perform tasks in the portal on the provider's behalf. It is that simple. The transition to using MES and the provider portal starts with enrollment, using the Provider Enrollment Wizard. The Provider Enrollment Wizard is a dynamic, user-friendly electronic form that you will use to submit your provider enrollment application to enroll in the fee-for-service VA-FFS program or one or more of the managed care programs with Virginia Medicaid. You will use the provider enrollment application to re-enroll, add additional service locations, and to revalidate your provider enrollment information. If you're not already enrolled, if you need to add a service location, or if you are an MCO-only provider, your first step must be enrollment. Otherwise, you will not be able to gain access to the provider portal. Before you start the application, the Provider Enrollment Wizard has a pre-checklist generator that you can use to help identify the required documentation and information that you will need as part of your application. To generate this checklist, you will need to know the enrollment type and provider type. For more information on determining these 2 items, pause this video and write down the URL https://vamedicaid.dmas.virginia.gov/provider/downloads. When you go to the site, you will scroll to the bottom and select the PRSS provider code value descriptions link to download the spreadsheet. When you open the spreadsheet, select the enrollment type provider type crosswalk to view these details. While this electronic application is intuitive to use, you may want to view the training that details each section of the application. For this training topic, you can register for the PRSS 111 course that includes all possible application sections. Or if a video fits better into your schedule, you can view a video that is tailored to include only sections relevant to your enrollment type by watching the associated video in the series PRSS 112 to PRSS 117. There is also a comprehensive Provider Enrollment Wizard user guide on this provider training page. This training can be found by scrolling down to the How to Enroll as a Provider section of the provider training page. After your application is approved, you'll receive 2 emails with credentials to log into MES so you can access the new provider portal. In the provider portal, you should verify your provider and profile information. This was the information you included in the application. For this training topic, you can register for the PRSS 120 course that includes detailed navigation demonstrations. Or if a video fits better into your schedule, you can view a shorter video version that addresses key navigation by watching PRSS 121. There's also a comprehensive provider portal user guide on this provider training page. This training is found by scrolling down to the How to Use the Provider Portal section of the provider training page. After you gain access to the provider portal, if you want to assign delegates to perform tasks in the portal on the provider's behalf, you will need to set up delegate access. When you set up a delegate, that user will need to complete their MES registration to obtain unique credentials before they can start using the system. Each provider and delegate should have their own MES login credentials. For this training topic, you can register for the PRSS 118 virtual session that includes how to set up and manage delegates, their roles, and their permissions. For your convenience, there is a video recording of this session on the provider training page. You can also find step details related to managing delegates in the provider portal user guide. This training is found by scrolling down to the How to Use the Provider Portal section of the provider training page. We want to mention a few more training courses that might benefit you. MES 103 is a video that provides you with a detailed view of the process for logging into MES and navigating to the provider portal. It also includes a quick reference guide that you can save or print. MES 105 is a reference document that explains how to access additional MES modules, such as CRMS for long-term care screening and assessment. On the provider training page, There is a link to the CRMS training page where you can find additional self-paced interactive courses that walk you step by step through the screening and assessment processes in the new CRMS module. We hope this video has provided you with clarification and helped you better prepare for your next steps. You are now ready to get started.